and it's complete to Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson makes someone miss. Garrett Wilson's loose to the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Breece Hall cuts up the middle. Breece Hall's loose. Breece Hall's gone. Breece Hall is gone. He walks into the end zone. Josh Allen fires it over the middle. Intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks off Allen. Sauce Gardner, let's go. The rookie picks off Josh Allen. Win it. Get ball. Oh my God. Drops back to pass. He fires it over the middle. Touchdown. Garrett Wilson. The New York Jets tie the football game. The rookie. The Jets win. The Jets win. Ashton Davis. Ices the game. Let's go. Handoff Quinton Williams with the tackle for loss. That's a loss of 5 yards. Josh Allen is going to fire up a bomb. Josh Allen. Sauce Gardner's there for the game winner. The New York Jets beat the Buffalo Bills and improved to 6-3 on the year. Sauce Gardner.
That's how we get on the ball, boy. Yeah.
Yo, Jets Nation, welcome back to Jets Media. It feels good to be back live with you guys. If you guys saw my videos these past couple of days, I've been away. This weekend, I was over in Punta Cana for a wedding, but your boy is back home, and we have some crazy stuff because a lot of craziness happened while I was away, while I was not with you guys. Derek Carr goes to the New Orleans Saints. Aaron Rodgers, he spoke with the New York Jets yesterday. Things are happening. Things are happening, everybody. So I appreciate you guys staying patient with me and always sticking in with Jets Media. Guys, if you could do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button on your way into the show and subscribe if you're new. Now let's get straight into it because Trey Wingo came out with this report yesterday, or not even yesterday. It was like last night at midnight. Per sources, Aaron Rodgers and the Jets had conversations today. While nothing is imminent, Rodgers is open to the idea of going to New York. Now, the reason why this is a big deal is because that Aaron Rodgers and the Jets cannot talk without the Green Bay Packers giving permission. Otherwise, it'll be tampering. So that tells you that the Packers are open to the idea of trading Aaron Rodgers. Another thing that this tells you is usually when a team like the Packers gives permission to talk to the Jets, that means that the Packers and the Jets have had conversations about a trade package that they've come to an agreement on. So now it seems like what we're waiting on here, everybody, is Aaron Rodgers' decision. That's what this is all about. Because it seems like, we know this for sure. The Jets are 100% interested in Aaron Rodgers. And now we hear that Aaron Rodgers is actually interested in coming to the Jets. But Aaron Rodgers still has to make a decision because he can still decide to hang up the cleats. He can say, you know what? I talked to the Jets. I feel more comfortable at home with Green Bay. I'm going to run it back with the Packers. Or, hopefully, he will think, I want a change of scenery. I love the vision from the New York Jets. I love having a Garrett Wilson year number 2. I love the top 5 defense behind my back, and I'm going to come to the Jets. Now, that's really what we're hoping for. So, I don't know what the heck's going to happen, but I think that this is the week where we finally figure out what's going to happen because things are happening, man. Things are progressing, and I think that, Jets fans are tired of this whole situation being dragged on, just dragged on. It's been weeks. It's been months. Sorry, guys. My Wi-Fi is having a little difficulty right now, but let's get that going real quick. But I know that you guys in the chat, or if you're watching it on replay, you're sick and tired of this process. You just want to know who the quarterback is going to be. And we had the first domino to fall in the quarterback, free agent market with Derek Carr going to the Saints yesterday. We know that the Jets are interested in Derek Carr. They had 2 visits with him. And it seems like the Jets are 100% fully focused in on Aaron Rodgers because if they were not, they probably would have signed Derek Carr because it seemed like the Jets and Derek Carr, they hit it off. But Joe Douglas, I trust in him because there's no way that Joe Douglas is going to risk missing out on Derek Carr if he does not think that there's a chance of getting Aaron Rodgers. That's really what it comes down to, in my opinion. So, the news can come out today. tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, next week when free agency begins. I don't know. But the reality is we're sitting here and we're finally going to figure out who the quarterback is in a matter of time because things are happening. And the fact that Aaron Rodgers spoke to the Jets, that is such a gigantic, big-time news that Jets fans should be very, very excited about. Let's go. So if you guys could do me a favor, hit that thumbs up on your way in. Let's get into the chat. How you guys doing? Emmanuel Quickly. Yes, sir. You know that I'm rocking my Quickly jersey behind me. Going to the Knicks game tonight. Let's go Knicks. Yes, yes, yes. My man Turbo says, hey, Richie, if the Jets don't land Rodgers, what is the plan C? Plan C, that won't happen. I'm just kidding. Hopefully it won't happen. But plan C seems like Jimmy Garoppolo. It could also mean Lamar Jackson. I don't know. Hopefully plan C doesn't even have to be considered. Am I right? Charlotte says Lamar next option. Yeah, I mean, that's a big commitment if we go out there and get him. Rodgers was never was leaving Green Bay. He chose the league every year. We'll see, man. Plan C has to be Lamar. Yes, Andre, I agree. It's right now it's Aaron Rodgers or Lamar Jackson or bust to me. If we get A-Rod, the team is going to be hyped knowing we got a QB. Yeah. Another thing about missing out on Derek Carr is we had our players, Garrett Wilson, Will Parks, DJ Reed, they went to Twitter when Derek Carr went to the Saints. And they had some interesting reactions. So that tells you that this Jets team is invested in who this quarterback's going to be. Just think of all the easy completions we couldn't make. The little reads just to dump the ball in the flat. A real quarterback. I know, man. We just need that quarterback already so Jets fans can get behind it and we can figure out what it was going to be. How was Punta Cana? Last time I was through there, I did parasailing. Yeah, it was fun, V-Man. It was a lot of fun, man. Appreciate it. What do you think that package would look like, Richie? That's a good question. I'm hopeful that the package does not include this year's 13th pick. I'm hopeful that it's this year's second-round pick and next year's conditional first. I think that will be something to look into. Because if Joe Douglas pulls off a magic trick and we can hold on to that 13th overall pick and get Aaron Rodgers, then we're in business. We're in freaking business. But if we have to give that 13th pick and that's the asking price and that's it, then you got to give it up. You know, I'd rather give up the 13th pick if it means getting Aaron Rodgers, but I think that Joe Douglas is definitely going to try his best to try to figure out a package to hold on to that 13th overall pick for this year's draft class. No doubt about it. That intro goes hard. Thank you, Andre. That's me going wild. Thomas thinks it's happening today. Possible. Very, very possible. Kelly says, I was so mad with that Carr news. He would have definitely been better for long term. Rodgers only has 1 or 2 good years. So then we're back in the same position. Yeah, Kelly brings up a great point. You know, the big controversial topic around Derek Carr versus Aaron Rodgers is Derek Carr gives you longevity. It gives you more of a security blanket at the quarterback spot for 3 to 4 seasons. Whereas Aaron Rodgers, you kind of have a short window. But the one thing I will say is Aaron Rodgers gives this Jets team a way better chance of winning this year and the year after that. I know that short term, it's there. Long term, not so much. So I'm pretty sure the Jets, if they get Aaron Rodgers, they're still going to have a long-term outlook of the quarterback position, whether that's trying to bring along Zach Wilson, whether that's drafting a quarterback this year to develop under Aaron Rodgers. So when Rodgers does leave, we can bring him in and start him, similar to Jordan Love. I'm not sure. But I think that, you know, Aaron Rodgers coming to the Jets, it's going to spark a lot of fear in the rest of the NFL. Whether they want to admit it or not, of course there's going to be people clowning the Jets. Oh, Rodgers to the Jets, that's going to be a nightmare. Let him speak. Let him do that. But I guarantee you there's going to be people that are going to look at the Jets and think, whoa, that Jets team with Aaron Rodgers, with an improving top 5 defense, with all those offensive weapons, yeah, that is serious. That's a serious team. And another thing about getting Aaron Rodgers, which is we all hopeful will happen, the expectations is going to be so significant from the fan base. Myself included, everyone in the chat, if we land Aaron Rodgers, our expectations for this season is going to be the highest it's ever been, at least in my lifetime. Because remember, last season, our expectations were what? All right, well, can get some meaningful games in December and try to be around 500. That was expectations. We were expecting playoffs. Expectations changed when the season started, but we got to the end of the season. We got to meaningful games in December, and we collapsed. So now the expectation is going to be what with Aaron Rodgers? Competing for the division. And if you don't win the division, it's a wild card berth. Anything short of that, disappointment. And that's the fact. You can even say playoff run is an expectation. Winning playoff games. I know that's a little too much of a stretch because we haven't freaking been to the playoffs in forever. But the reality is, man, expectations from this Jets fan base is going to be sky high, and that's okay. Give me those expectations, baby. We could shock the world with Aaron Rodgers. I'm telling you, I believe that this team with Robert Saleh, with the Hall of Fame quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, would do wonders. Now, it's really hard for me to continuously visualize the Jets with Aaron Rodgers just in case for some reason doesn't happen, but I think that it's going to, okay? I think it's going to, and I'm going to continuously believe it. Let's go. So I'm going to go on Twitter real quick to see if there's anything that needs to be talked about. And shout out to all my people on Twitter right now tuning in. We got around 30 people watching right now on Twitter. I appreciate you guys. But, you know, not only did Trey Wingo have this report, but our own Zach Blatt, who covers the Jets for The Athletic, he confirmed the report, as well as Rich Cimini. So that tells you that this is serious. This is happening. Wait a second. Aaron Jones was on Good Morning Football this morning and said he's in New York. He's a star.
How are you going to feel about Aaron Rodgers being the quarterback of the Jets? He's in New York. He's a star. But he's also, like I said, he's my quarterback.
So Aaron Jones seems like he thinks Aaron Rodgers is going to the Jets. See, like, this is one of those things where it's just so, like, as fans, you know, this is such a long, drawn-out process to the point where us as a fan base can do nothing but sit back and hope that it happens. And we see stuff like Aaron Jones go on Good Morning Football and say, he's in New York, he's a star if he comes here, he's going to come here. And to the point where if it doesn't happen, it's just going to be the biggest disappointment of my life. Oh, God, man. Gosh. He also said, please don't leave. Yeah, Aaron Jones does not want him to leave. I really don't trust Trey Wingo too much as a source unless it was Adam Schefter. Well, our own beat confirmed the report, and our beat has inside sources in the building of the Jets. So I think this is serious. And also, Trey Wingo was on the Aaron Rodgers news last year when he was debating of returning to the Packers or not. Is Lamar off the table at this point? I wouldn't say he's off the table, but I would say he's very unlikely. It's on Aaron to communicate. Hey, Richie's back. What up, George? It is on Aaron Rodgers, and that's what we have to realize here. According to everything that we're seeing of these reports, it seems like the Jets and the Packers have talked about a trade compensation, and the Jets and Aaron Rodgers have talked. Now we wait for Aaron Rodgers' decision. That's it. If Aaron Rodgers decides I'm going to go back to Green Bay, that's what will happen. If Aaron Rodgers decides I'm going to hang up the cleats and retire, that's what's going to happen. If he decides I want to go to the Jets and I believe in their team and their vision with this organization, that's what's going to happen. So that's the scary part about this. It's not like the Jets can do anything more to get him. We're waiting on Aaron Rodgers. And that's where this risk comes because the Jets felt like they did not want to be signing Derek Carr if it means missing out on Aaron Rodgers. And it also tells me that the Jets have so much confidence and they know they have to know something to the point where if you allow Derek Carr to pivot and go to the Saints, and by the way, Derek Carr wanted the Jets. Derek Carr's first option was the Jets. The Jets' first option wasn't Derek Carr, obviously. So Derek Carr wanted to pivot and go to where he was wanted. Saints wanted him. The Saints' number one option was Derek Carr. Derek Carr's number one option was the Jets. He didn't feel as wanted, so he goes to the Saints. It makes sense. Totally makes sense. Now, the big issue here is that the Jets need to make sure that they sell Aaron Rodgers on this organization and that we're going to get him in the building. It's that simple. I don't know how they're going to do it or how they did it yesterday, but I think that today or tomorrow we're going to be seeing a lot of reports coming out about Aaron Rodgers. Now, I really don't want to talk about the hypothetical of Aaron Rodgers not coming to the Jets and where we would go from there. I saw another report, actually, that the Jets met with Anthony Richardson in the NFL Combine, which is very interesting. I think that's the Jets just doing their due diligence just in case they miss out on quarterbacks. And if he's available at 13, they might take him. I don't think if he's available at 13, he would probably go top 10. But I don't want to draft a quarterback in the first round. If we're being straight up, I'm sick of it. We drafted Sam Darnold. Look what happened. We drafted Zach Wilson. Look what happened. The only way you can sell me on drafting a quarterback in the first round is if he sits for a year. I'm not starting a rookie. Okay? That's it. Where and when was it reported that the Jets didn't want Carr? That just shows the ineptness of this shit organization not wanting him. I thought Carr chose New Orleans because it's a better place for family. All the reports I saw is, yeah, of course he chose it for his family, but Derek Carr's number one option was the Jets. And the Jets said, we want you, but we have to wait to hear from Aaron Rodgers first. And that's what they did. That's what happened. Rumors are saying Jimmy G to the Raiders. I think that would be a good option for you guys. Informal meetings at Combine for Anthony Richardson doesn't mean really anything. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Informal meetings, take it with a grain of salt. That's for sure. Why am I frozen? Why is your boy Richie frozen? Hold on, guys. Sorry. I think you guys can still hear me, though. Whoa. All right, we're going to cut to the wide shot. All right. What's going on here? Come on, technical difficulties. Wake up. Hold on, guys. Sorry. What up, guys? You're seeing another version of me. All right, we're back. Okay. Sorry about that. Woo! Technical difficulties are fun. But I want to get your guys' overall thoughts about this whole situation, man, because I feel like we've all been in this together. It's been a long, drawn-out process to the point where what more is there to talk about besides the hypotheticals of all this? And I think that we're tired of talking about it, and I totally get that. I totally get that. And I just want to start watching highlights of Aaron Rodgers knowing that he's ours. That's all I want. Is that too much to ask, man? Is it too much to ask just to watch the highlights? My man Muttville is sending out a tweet of me. Appreciate that, bro. Oh, my God. So Connor Hughes, for anybody that is looking at the report of Trey Wingo and questioning it, Connor Hughes quote tweeted the tweet. This indeed happened. All still waiting for Aaron Rodgers to decide what he wants, but it sure seems like it involves playing in 23. So that's what it really comes down to. It seems like Rodgers is contemplating retiring or not. That's what it really comes down to, man. So we are waiting to hear if Aaron Rodgers wants to retire or not. And that's really scary, man. I don't like that. I don't like the sound of that because what that tells me is that there's a chance that Rodgers will say, you know what? I just don't want to play. Why am I keep freezing, bro? All right, we're going to this camera for the rest of the show. Now you guys see my whole setup from this perspective. You see this screen. What up? Yep, that's where I made my graphics. But listen, guys, for whatever reason, my camera is bugging out on me. So you guys see me from this angle. But we're going to continue to have this conversation for a little bit longer because there's still some things to talk about. The situation sucks because we are waiting to hear if Aaron Rodgers wants to freaking play football or not. And the scary part about it is he talked to the Jets. And I don't want him to speak to the Jets and then all of a sudden think to himself, yeah, you know what? That I want to retire. I want to retire. That can't happen, man. That freaking can't happen. So now let's bring ourselves into the reality of the Jets landing Aaron Rodgers. What are the expectations? What does this team look like? What's the camaraderie around the locker room? What's the energy like going to be at training camp? Oh my God. It's going to be crazy if that happens, man, which is why us Jets fans need it. Let's go. No negative vibes, Richie. We got this. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, we have no more leverage now that Carr's not an option. It's true. So if we get Aaron Rodgers, I think Garrett Wilson has a top 5 wide receiver season. I don't think that's a bold take. I don't. I think if we have Aaron Rodgers and he plays all 17 games, Garrett Wilson plays all 17 games, Garrett Wilson will be a top 5 receiver in the NFL. Yes. I'll say it again. Garrett Wilson will be a top 5 receiver in the NFL with Aaron Rodgers. And don't sleep on my man, Elijah Moore. I think Elijah Moore is going to break out with Aaron Rodgers. We also have a good tight end room. We also need to beef up the O-line. We heard that Dwayne Brown is returning, which is a big plus because we need as much offensive tackle bodies as possible. As many. You bring back Dwayne Brown. You got Mekhi Becton. We got Max Mitchell. George Fant's going to walk in free agency. So now we're going to probably bring in another offensive tackle in free agency or the draft. And I like that room. We got to beef up the interior. The center position's a question mark. Is Connor McGovern getting re-signed? I don't know. Lincoln Tomlinson's there in the left guard. AVT's there in right guard. So the O-line is not as bad, or should I say is not as many holes as we may think, but I think the Jets are going to really put the priority in on the offensive line. Bro, I love Mekhi's mindset on Twitter. Facts. Mekhi Becton is in another level mentally and physically. You see his body is in a completely different shape. And I think the biggest issue with Mekhi Becton has been the overweight problem where he's been susceptible to injuries. Right? Oh, gosh. Guys, if you could do me a gigantic favor, please hit that like button on your way into the show, guys. We're having a great time here. We got 66 likes. Let's get to 100 likes, please. Please, please, if you're just tuning in for the first time, hit that thumbs up button. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. It's now Rodgers or bust. Yeah, it does seem like that. And the scary part about it being Rodgers or bust is we're depending on Rodgers retiring or not. It's not like the Jets are not putting in their effort to get him, right? If we miss out on Rodgers, it's not like we can say, oh, well, the Jets are at fault here because they didn't try hard enough to get Aaron Rodgers. That's not going to be the narrative. They are trying everything to get Aaron Rodgers. They are doing everything in their freaking power to get Aaron Rodgers. It's Rodgers' decision. It's up to the Jets also to pitch Aaron Rodgers why he should not retire and come to the Jets. We are a playoff team and then some with Aaron Rodgers, and it sickens me to think that we're waiting just for him to announce his retirement or not. So here we are, sitting back pretty. Jets fans, it's been a long wait. Jeremy Fowler tweeted an hour ago about Derek Carr. Carr was on the phone with Jets assistant coach Todd Downing on Sunday night and Monday morning as he mulled his decision. Downing and Carr worked together with the Raiders and remained close. Okay, so that tells you that Derek Carr was really considering the Jets, man. Wow. So a little update for anybody that's tuning in for the first time to the stream. The Jets and Aaron Rodgers spoke yesterday. Now, the reason why this is significant is because it means Green Bay allowed the Jets and the Packers Green Bay allowed the Jets and Aaron Rodgers to talk. That means that Green Bay and the Jets have talked about a trade package. And it means a lot of other things, right? It also says in the report that I think is very important that Aaron Rodgers is open to the idea of joining the Jets. Now, that's the first time we're hearing that. We haven't heard that yet. We haven't heard that the Jets or that Aaron Rodgers is open to coming to the Jets. This is the first time we're hearing that. And that's a big-time plus. Rodgers to the Jets is meant to be. Hope so, man. As Jets fans, we are really not okay. We are not okay indeed. If Rodgers wanted to come, he would have signed already to the Jets. He can't sign. He has to get traded, and he's making his decision if he wants to play football or not, man. And all the pressure would be on Rodgers, that's for sure. This is Zach's franchise. Support him. Ah, man. I'm sorry, Jets forever. I can't wait for McAfee show. Now, the interesting thing about this is there's no confirmed report that Aaron Rodgers is joining the Pat McAfee show. If he is, then that's big because we could find out today. Because Rodgers can say, yeah, you know what? I'm actually decided to play football, and I'm actually going to get traded to the Jets the next couple of days. Imagine. He just said that so nonchalantly. Rodgers is Zach's role model. Yeah, that's the one plus for Zach Wilson of getting Aaron Rodgers is Zach Wilson can learn from his idol. So there's really nothing else to talk about. I know that Jets fans want like an answer, just like me. And I think that it's really important for us to understand that this Jets team is doing everything they can to bring in Aaron Rodgers. The fact that Rodgers is still contemplating playing football or not definitely scares me, though. I won't lie to you guys. How about that Geno contract? Shout out to my man Geno. Shout out to my man Geno, man. Very, very happy for Geno. All I know is this is my first year getting season tickets, so something good better happen. If you're investing in the Jets season tickets, and if we get Aaron Rodgers, you're going to have a ball this season. I'll tell you that. Alexis says, how does this stuff get leaked? Aaron Rodgers and JD keep stuff mostly quiet. Must be from the Packers organization. Yeah, I'm not sure how this stuff gets leaked, but it happens, man. It happens. Today is the franchise tag deadline, if I'm not mistaken, correct? So that's going to be something to look out for. Zach already beat his idol in Lambeau by 17. Zach is better than Rodgers. Love it. Love you, Richie. Rodgers, I hope, ends up with us. If not, Lamar or Herbert better be a Jet. Mutfields, I know that you're, still holding on to Herbert, but I'm going to say it again, man. Justin Herbert's never going to be a New York Jet. Love you, man, but I appreciate you holding on to that hope. And Lamar, we'll see. Our defense and Breece Hall were stellar that day. Yeah, which is why we are so close. We were able to beat teams with just our running back and our defense. Imagine if we had a quarterback. My gosh, bro, I can't even imagine. Can't even imagine. It's not tampering if the Packers agreed that they can talk. So, wrong. Jonathan says, Richie, remember when I said Carr was going for the bag? He pulled a Kirk Cousins. Rodgers will go back to the Packers unless the Jets get desperate and give multiple picks to the Packers. I don't think, Jonathan, this isn't about the Jets and Packers trade package. This is about Aaron Rodgers' decision. And I think that's important. People need to realize that we're not having a trade negotiation with the Packers in terms of compensation. That's not the holdup. The holdup is that Aaron Rodgers needs to decide if he wants to play football or not. That's the decision we're waiting for, not the trade compensation. Who do you think we will tag? I don't think there's anyone that the Jets are going to tag, to be honest. Quincy Williams, that's too much of a pricey tag. George Fant, we're not tagging him. Connor McGovern, we're not going to tag him. All the free agents is not really someone that stands out. So I'm hopeful that we can get somebody in the building, though. Come on, baby. What you guys thinking right now? I know you're thinking something. Let's go! I'm so hyped to figure out this already, man. My man Ryan is live right now as well. Shout out to my man Ryan. How's the wedding? The wedding was great, but I was itching to get home to talk about this stuff, to be honest with you, Barney. Does Green Bay ask for more than originally agreed upon for Rodgers now? I don't think it works like that. I hope not, at least. We just need a respectable QB, yes. I'm thinking I want a damn quarterback one way or another, as we all are. Yeah, Elijah can be really special with Rodgers. I think Elijah Moore is destined for a breakout. A nice little breakout party. No doubt about it. No doubt about it, baby. Come on. Rodgers is definitely playing this season. I sure hope so. I was thinking the same thing. Cobb. Yeah, I mean, Randall Cobb is definitely an option for the Jets if we land Aaron Rodgers. No doubt about it. Feed Mims. I'm all for the Denzel Mims resurrection under Aaron Rodgers, man. I'm all for that. This is a contract year for Denzel. And Denzel's definitely something in my eye. What the heck? Denzel Mims is a player that we all as Jets fans thought will be way better than that he actually was. And I still got faith in him, man. What's the deal with CD? I would love to keep him as wide receiver 3, but Mims can work under A-Rod. Me personally, I'd like to keep Corey Davis, but when it comes to the cap casualty, it makes sense to move on from him. But if you look at it from this perspective, you move on from Corey Davis for $10 million. You want to bring in a new wide receiver. The wide receiver market's expensive. So you're going to have to pay more money for another receiver. So do you want to bring back Corey Davis for only $10 million or go out there and get another wide receiver for like 15? If Aaron Rodgers doesn't come a Jet, his girlfriend better move. He won't be able to get a table at a restaurant in the tri-state area for life. CD too many drops, hurt too often. He is hurt too often, a little bit too much for my liking for sure. I think his drops are a little overblown. He does have drops, and I'm not saying he doesn't, but I think that his clutch receptions and his good plays outweigh the drops in my eyes. I mean, there's a lot of times where he stepped up, but I know that people don't want him, so I'm not going to really defend him anymore, really. It's not worth it. Setup looks fire, my guy. All love from Nebraska. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate you tuning in, my man. Sign Lazard. Yeah, Lazard is an option, no doubt. I actually haven't heard any rumors. Yeah, we're not franchising anyone. And, another question that we need to start talking about is Quinnen Williams. We're not going to worry about Quinnen Williams being extended or not, obviously, until we figure out the quarterback position, because that's priority, number uno. But I think that the Jets would be smart if they can go out there and re-sign Quinnen Williams right after we get our quarterback. Franchise tag Joe D. I love it. Q deserves the bag. He deserves the bag and then some. Pay Q. I don't think there's any debate about that. No doubt, man. No doubt. What if the Jets picked up Frank Clark as an edge rusher? Only if that means that we move on from Carl Lawson, which I prefer they don't. I think I'd prefer Lawson over Clark personally. But, yeah, due diligence. I mean, we got Jermaine Johnson. We got Michael Clemens. Hopefully we bring back Bryce Huff. I like our edge rushers right now. But no doubt about going after doing their due diligence. Q still got his 5th year and franchise tag. We're in no rush to extend him. It's more than that, man. It's not about – yes, you can do his 5th year, and then you got the franchise tag. But you want to take care of your player, because this is something that's so important that some people need to realize when it comes to extending Quinnen Williams. You want to take care of a player that just became an all-pro first team that's eligible for a contract extension, because it sets a tone to the rest of the organization that when you play well and you're drafted in this league with this team and you develop and you break out, we're going to take care of you. We're going to give you the security and the money you deserve. The last thing we want is Quinnen Williams to be upset with the Jets. We don't want that. We want him to be compensated. He needs to be extended, and he will be. Joe Douglas talked to the media at the Combine, and it seemed like it's going to happen. You want to set a tone. You want to set a standard, and that's what the standard is about. If you play at a certain level, you will get rewarded by the organization, because the Jets would do Quinnen Williams dirty if they do what this is saying. You never disrespect your own good players, because that's what bad, selfish organizations do. And that's not what I want this Jets team to be. I want this Jets team to take care of their players. Tell Quinnen Williams, we value you so much that we're going to give you the money you deserve. Instead of telling him, yeah, you have to keep proving it. We got so much leverage over you. We're going to give you the 5th year, and then we're going to franchise tag you. That's not good. It might be good from the Jets for financial purposes, but that's not ethically right. And that's why they got to extend them in. We finally have a player on our defense that we drafted and developed into a freaking one of the best players, if not the best players at his position. You take care of the man. You extend him and pay him now, this offseason. So, yeah. Any news on Twitter? I want to know if Aaron Rodgers is speaking with Pat McAfee. The NFL's trade deadline for the franchise tag is 4. Now, someone that's interesting that might not be tagged, that could be a free agent target for the Jets, is C.J. Gardner-Johnson. How would you guys feel about that acquisition? Guys, we are so close to 100 likes. Everybody hit that thumbs up button. Let's go. We are so close to hitting 100 likes. Hey, we got the first donation of the stream from a great member of the channel, Monster of the Midway, Johnny, for $10. Thank you so much, my friend. This means a lot to the channel. You have no idea. Obviously, Rodgers is the goal, but is there also interest in Jalen Ramsey trade rumors? Now, Jalen Ramsey to the Jets ain't happening, if that's what you're asking. But the Jalen Ramsey, from an NFL perspective, is an interesting conversation to have. I don't know where he'll go. I heard the Dallas Cowboys, maybe. I don't know. It is pretty cool that us as a Jets organization we're so freaking good at the cornerback room that a player as Ramsey's caliber becomes available. We're not even considering him getting traded here. That's pretty damn cool, man. Pretty damn cool. So, I don't know what you guys think about Jalen Ramsey, but we got Sauce Gardner, who is already better than Jalen Ramsey in this moment. You know, Jalen Ramsey in his prime, when he was young like Sauce, was a lockdown elite. But what Sauce Gardner did as a rookie was better than Jalen Ramsey's rookie season, by the way. Jalen Ramsey was no first All-Pro as a rookie. Just saying. Just saying. So, imagine, though, if we do get Jalen Ramsey, which is not happening. Just thinking hypothetically for fun. What would happen? DJ Reed moves to the slot or the safety? I don't know. Not happening. But, Monster, I will say thank you again for the $10 donation, my man. Means a lot to the channel. Keep Zach with new OC. Keep Steve Schmeider as backup and use your cash to beef up the O-line. Because without that, not even A-Rod would be effective. Yeah, I mean, Zach's not going anywhere if we get Aaron Rodgers. That's for sure. Getting Aaron Rodgers makes sense because we have young players who are great but cost almost nothing against the cap. Yes, exactly. Zach Rosenblatt denied this. What did he deny? He confirmed that the Jets and Aaron Rodgers did speak yesterday per source. Rodgers still hasn't made a decision about his future yet. So what did he deny? He confirmed Trey Wingo's report, which is Rodgers and the Jets talked, and Rodgers is open to the idea of coming to the Jets. I'd rather Lamar over Rodgers. This feels like the damn Brett Favre move we did years ago. Well, Lamar is more unrealistic because that's just a lot. I mean, I want Lamar Jackson, but it's just not realistic at this point. You could prefer Lamar over Rodgers for sure, but when you come from the realization that it's more realistic that Rodgers is coming, yeah. And don't forget, man, the Jets were 8-3 with Favre before he got injured. Just saying. Heard Jimmy Ward could be an option too. I'm down. Anyone going to the Hall of Fame game? I am considering that. That would be a lot of fun. Money always talks. Anything is possible. So that's another thing that we have to keep in mind, that the Jets and Aaron Rodgers, you know, there's a lot of money involved. And the fact that our owner, Woody Johnson, is willing to pay that price is good. But the problem here is that some people are like, well, Woody Johnson's getting in the way. If it wasn't for Woody Johnson, we'd have Derek Carr right now. So it's a waiting game. Because if we miss out on Rodgers because he retires, then that really puts this Jets team in a bad situation. No doubt about it. No doubt about that, man. Hey, Mekhi Becton. Another mirror selfie of him looking lean and fit. Love it. Hey, shout out to Keith. For tweeting me out, voicing his thoughts. Becton at combine weight. And remember, Mekhi Becton at the combine was elite. And that was his best season. I mean, it was the only season he played was his rookie year. My friend and I are planning to drive up to Canton for the Hall of Fame game. How far away is Canton, Ohio? I'm going to check. Canton, Ohio, for me, is how long of a drive? Let's see. Holy crap, 7.5 hours. I mean, it's not that bad, actually, because I went to college upstate, and it was like a 6.5, 7-hour drive. So I've done it. I've done it before. Becton has been in shape for years now. Nah, that's not true, man. He was not in shape last year. You could tell. And that's why he got hurt. You look at his weight. You look at his physical body right now. It's definitely different. And he's at the weight that he was when we drafted him. Here, I'll show you guys. Here's Mekhi Becton on Twitter. So he looks good, man. My favorite part about this is his big smile. He's in a good place mentally because I think a key to Mekhi Becton as well is his mental, man. It's really hard to be able to go through a whole offseason and then get hurt and be out for 2 straight years and sitting on the sideline and stay well mentally, man. So I'm pulling for Mekhi, and every Jets fan should be pulling for Mekhi as well. He looks great right now, man. Let's go. I went to SUNY Brockport, which is all the way upstate near Rochester, New York. It's a small little SUNY school. Beck is a superstar left tackle. Let him know, Jets forever. If the Jets fail to acquire Rodgers, would he better think twice about raising ticket prices? In fact, would he better reduce ticket prices? Yeah, hope so. Hopefully we don't have to worry about that, Rico, right? Our O-line was night and day with Becton healthy. It's a shame he wasn't there for Zach. It's very true, man. Beck is motivated, and he'll be in the building every day. This could be a huge year for him. 100%. I do want to give you guys a little inside scoop on myself. I was actually at if anybody saw my post on social media, I was at One Jets Drive last week. Actually, a week from today. And they're coming out, and they tweeted it out themselves, so I'm going to show you guys it. I'm not spoiling anything for them. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Here it is. So I was invited to One Jets Drive, their training facility, because they're coming out with a new feature on their YouTube channel produced by One Jets Drive called The Diehards, Jets Twitter. So I was actually invited, and I'm going to be part of this. So stay tuned. March 16th, next week, is going to be the release date, and it's going to be your boy being interviewed talking about Jets fans, my story, and the Jets Twitter. And it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's pretty crazy. It was a surreal moment because I kept reminding myself as a young kid, like my childhood self, I'm like, holy crap, I'm in the Jets facility being interviewed. Like, you know, it's one of those surreal moments where you're just sitting back and reminding yourself, like, if 10-year-old Richie was doing this, I'd be crying. But yeah, I'm excited to see how it comes out, man. I'm really excited. So stay tuned for that. And it's also awesome that the Jets are giving people like me and other people on Jets Twitter a platform to speak, you know? We are pulling for Beck. What a bonus he will be. And the people that are saying that since Dwayne Brown's returning, he's the starting left tackle, that's false, okay? Mekhi Becton is not going to be a backup. If he's healthy, he's starting. That's simple. They're going to bring in a lot of, competition and depth, but he's the starter. Can you please get press credentials to counter our terrible beat? That'd be awesome. That's super dope, Richie. Hard work pays off. Thank you, man. And for the OGs, I actually started on Twitter before YouTube. So Jets Twitter is where I was born. Ryan is saying you look like Mike White today. Yeah, I get that a lot. Is Ryan still live talking? He's talking about me? Brown is returning to simply collect a check. That's not true, my man. You see what Brown did last year? And this is what you have to say? Dwayne Brown injured his shoulder, and he easily could have elected to, and all of his guaranteed money was there. He could have easily said, all my money's guaranteed. I'm going to take my surgery, and I'm going to sit out and sit on the couch and eat potato chips for the season. But instead, he put the team first, and he played through a torn shoulder throughout the entire season. And this is what you got to say? No. He's the most selfless player on the team. He's a selfless warrior. The fact that he got injured like that at that age, at 37, 38 years old, and he had all the money guaranteed to the point where if he played or if he elected to get the surgery and sit out, he would have got paid the same amount of money. This is just not right. Calling that out how it is, man. I don't think he's going to start. And maybe that's kind of my freaking camera freezes again. I don't think he's going to start. And maybe that's a bold prediction, but I think that this is Mekhi Becton's freaking position, man. I don't care. All right. I'll get into debates with you guys all off season about it. All off season about it, baby. But I think that the news about Aaron Rodgers, which is the reason why we're live in the first place, is coming. It is coming, baby. When? I don't know. I don't know when, but it's coming. And I'm really excited to see the new, the reaction amongst the fan base of it. Who's the center going to be? That's a good question, man. Great question. I think it's going to be either Connor McGovern or a rookie. That's the two options in my eyes. I don't think they're going to sign a free agent center because guess what? Connor McGovern is the best free agent center available. So they would be going backwards if they sign a free agent center. So it's either you draft a center or you re-sign Connor McGovern. That's in my eyes. You know the vibes, baby. Knicks Media is doing well right now. All my Knicks fans in the chat, if there is any, go check out Knicks Media. I make videos after every game. I'm actually going to the Knicks game tonight, 9 in a row. Got to show off my Emmanuel Quickly jersey. IQ 6 Man of the Year. Yes. Yes. Bing bong, baby. Let them know. Are you, all the Knicks fans here, are you familiar with my Knicks channel or are you not aware of it? I'm just curious. Because your boy has another channel, Knicks Media, that you guys should definitely check out. McGovern is the worst player ever. In NFL history, there's no worse player than Connor McGovern, according to my man Jets Forever. I follow Knicks Media. Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate that. Josh Hart, best trade of the year. Well, we're not going to turn this into a Knicks stream. I'm going to be live on my Knicks channel later, by the way. If any of you Knicks fans want to talk Knicks, we're not going to talk Knicks here. This is the Jets because there are Jets fans only here that are like, why the F is Richie talking about the Knicks? I couldn't care less about those freaking Knicks. So we're gonna halt the Knicks talk. Okay, we're gonna save my Knicks conversations for later on in my Knicks Media live stream. So if you guys want to go to Knicks Media and subscribe over there, I'll be live over there later today. I'm a little. What just happened? Oh, sorry. I unplugged something and I thought I lost you guys. My freaking my technical difficulties are really catching up to me. It's freaking me out. Any Rangers talk? Unfortunately, your boy's not big into hockey. Sorry. I know it's disappointing some of you guys, but not a hockey guy. Die hard baseball, football, Nick. Baseball, football, basketball. Those are my three sports. Ooh. But yeah, man, we're approaching the hour mark of the channel, of the stream. And I think that it's pretty obvious that the majority of the Jets fans want to bring in our man, Aaron Rodgers. And I don't know when the news is going to break, but it's going to break soon, man. I promise. And I'm on Twitter waiting for something, man. Now, all these reports that are coming out is the same as your boy's frozen again. I gotta figure this out, why this is happening. This has never happened before. But now all the big accounts such as Bleacher Report, Aaron Rodgers and the Jets had conversations yesterday. Rodgers is open to playing New York, but nothing is imminent. Yeah, we know, bro. You're late. So, again, to refresh the memory of everybody that's just tuning in, what we are waiting for is simple. We are waiting to hear Aaron Rodgers' decision. We're not talking about, the Jets and the Packers having trade negotiations. That's not it. This is about if Aaron Rodgers wants to play football with the Jets or not. And apparently he's open to playing with the Jets, but the question is he open to playing as a whole? So that's the update. Oh my God. It's so nerve-wracking, man. It really is. A-Rod spoke with the Jets yesterday. He's consulting with the Shaman today. Jets, Mets, Knicks, Islanders. Yeah, Kylie. That's what I would be if I was a hockey fan. I lean Islanders, but don't follow them. So can't claim to be an Islanders fan. I am so tired of this just as much as you guys, just so you guys know. Like, I feel like you all in the chat are watching me, all the other Jets content creators. Like, oh my God, all they do is talk about the same stuff about who are we getting at quarterback. I don't want to be talking about this. I want to be talking about who the quarterback is just as much as everybody. Okay? You guys notice my sunburn on my nose, by the way, from being away? I'm like Rudolph. Richie can be Rodgers' spirit advisor. Hey, man. Anyone that knows me outside of Jets and YouTube, this man's on to something. Anyone that knows what I do a lot outside of sports, this man's on to something. I'm down. I don't want to worry about the quarterback anymore. Me too, man. No one does. No one does, man. Breaking news on the Pat McAfee show at noon, and I'm hoping. Yeah, don't put too much into that. But we'll see. We want Rodgers. We want Rodgers. We want Rodgers. I did the chant for you. Did you see the report that Brady might be coming back again? I did not see that, but I don't believe it, even though I didn't see it. The fact that Aaron is stringing this out is why I'm a little sus about him. He's a bit self-centered, which is Zach's problem too, but of course, a better player. Yeah, he is. Interesting. Is Rodgers on the McAfee show today? We don't know yet. It's more we need Rodgers. It's true, John. This is true, man. Give me one Super Bowl, and I'm a happy man. Give me one Super Bowl, and I'm a happy, happy camper. Hey, Richie, quick question. Would you trade Corey Davis and bring in Lazard? We're not going to trade Corey Davis. He would be a cap casualty where we release him. Unless there's a team that would want him. I don't know. But realistically, he'll be cut. I think that if we move off of Corey Davis, I would love Lazard to be the man to replace him, no doubt. I think Lazard fits that mold 100%. Let's go. If you're just tuning into the show for the first time, guys, hit that thumbs up button. We got 135 people liking the stream and 145 people tuning in. Let's go. Restructuring Carl is our best option for him. No? Yes. We want to restructure Carl Lawson. Oh my God, that's a bad image of my frozen face. I can't believe your boy keeps freezing like this, man. This is driving me nuts. But yes, restructuring Carl Lawson is what we need. What are your thoughts on OBJ? OBJ ain't coming here. I'll tell you that much. That ain't happening. No Rodgers, Lamar, Jimmy G. They need us. Top 5 offensive rookie of the year. Defensive rookie of the year. We got to lose that begging mentality. The only way for Aaron to win another Super Bowl is with us. Let them know, Barney. I love this. I'm getting hyped up right now because I just feel like this is happening, man. I just believe it, man. I just believe it. Trying to fix that issue I had with my freaking camera. Yeah, not working. Okay, so I want to get your guys' thoughts in the chat right now. Everybody do me a favor in the live stream chat. Everybody give me your percentage chances that you think that the Jets are landing Aaron Rodgers. What's the percentage chance that you think Aaron Rodgers is coming home to the Jets? And I say coming home because that's where he's destined to come. Okay? Okay. 99%, 95%, 70%, 75, 50. All right. Well, that's interesting. %60, 70%, 50, 90, 78.7, 60, 40. Well, it seems like the percentages are pretty high. Percentages are pretty high. I like that. All right, I'm just trying to fix something real quick for the stream so we can keep this baby going. Look at that. I compromised, and your boy's back on this stream right here. All right. I would say greater than 60 to 75, around that range. Yeah. Just joined the stream. Hope you're feeling okay, Richie. Thank you, man. I am feeling great. Thank you. I would say greater than 60% to 75%, around that range. I like that. You know what I'm going to say? My percentage of the Jets landing Aaron Rodgers is 100. 100. I'm just kidding. Is your camera overheating? My Sony A6100 does that too. Maybe that's it. I got a Sony 86. I got a Sony A6400. A6400. I don't know what the issue is, though. It's driving me nuts. So now we're using my webcam on my laptop. Agreed, Richie. Aaron is a Jet. Yes, come on. Setting yourself up for disappointment. Maybe I'm not. We'll find out eventually, no? Oh, gosh, this is fun. Guys, if you're just tuning into the show for the first time, hit that like button on your way in and subscribe to the channel if you're new. We got a lot of fun things happening in this season, or off season, rather. And don't sleep on free agency starting, right? All this talk about the quarterback position, and then all of a sudden free agency is going to start. We're going to sign new players, and then the draft, and let's go. We're rolling, baby. I'd love another source to confirm Wingo's comments. They did, Rick. The entire Jets beat confirmed it. Connor Hughes from SNY confirmed it. Zach Blatt from The Athletic confirmed it. So it's all confirmed. So, guys, there's really not too much else to talk about. We're probably going to wrap up the show here. If there is any other breaking news, I'm going to be coming here live so you guys know where to find me here on Jets Media. I'm really, really excited to figure out if Aaron Rodgers is coming here or not. And I think that it's a matter of time, man. It's a matter of time until this Jets team figures out the quarterback position. And I think Aaron Rodgers is going to make the decision eventually, and he's going to come to the Jets. That's my bold prediction. May not be that bold, but I think it's going to be – it's going to happen, man. Oh. Please. Come on, baby. Manifest it into existence. Let's freaking go. Aaron Rodgers coming to the Jets. We're going to wrap up the show here. Thanks for everybody tuning in. We're going to be live again later tomorrow, if not later today, if there's any other breaking news. And I love you guys. Let's go Jets, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, everybody.